The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
What up, world? What it do? How's everybody doing out there, man? We are excited today, man, to bring you another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. I'm joined today by my co-host, my brother from another mother. Y'all give it up for Alxndr Hall, man. What up, bro? On him right now, dog.
What's going on? How y'all
What's good,
doing?
dog?
What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah, man. We sit up here chopping it up before the
Let's crack.
camera start rolling, man. Y'all like got me all amp, dog.
Yeah. You on 50 right now. Ain't no 10. You on 50 for sure.
True.
Yes,
Sure,
sir. And once again, joined together also with my co-host, my brother from the same mother, man. Y'all give it up for Boy Wonda.
Big bag dub.
Boy, listen, what we got today.
Make it do what it do, baby.
Today.
Make it do what it do,
Listen,
baby.
y'all stay glued because I know y'all gonna be able to relate. Trust that. Let's go and kick it in the third gear. I'm ready.
We gonna go. I ain't gonna say. Hey, I ain't gonna say no names, but I don't know if Tank trademarked that yet. But you know he got the other thing. Shout out to Tank for doing this thing with R&B Money podcast. So we ain't gonna say no names.
We ain't gonna say no names.
But man, I know if y'all like me, man, y'all tired with what's going on out there in this world, man. Everything going up, everything sky high, but the product is down low.
It's like R. Kelly
The
down
product,
low.
they,
Down low.
you know,
Double
we're paying, and we talked about this before in another podcast, just briefly about how we're paying more, but the service is less. And what triggered me this week, y'all? I just changed the alternator on my car. Last year, mind you, the latter part of last year, and that joker done went bad already.
He needs some water over there.
You see the flame?
He needs some water over there.
Hey,
son.
They pulled it up on the computer. I bought it in October.
Bruh.
It is March.
What was the brand for the alternator? Does the brand even matter?
Ain't saying no names.
It's the brands that you shouldn't buy.
It's just the climate of the society. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about a dollar and not about the quality of the product. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only saying that, the same thing. I bought a new battery last year, which I had to buy a new battery last year.
Right.
I just had to replace that last week. So last week I had to replace the battery that I bought last year, which was before I bought the alternator.
Sure.
Last year.
And then now this week I had to replace the alternator, which I bought in October. I remember that because they pulled it up directly on the computer.
True.
I said, man, this is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, and it just even the food don't even taste the same no more. The food is high, you paying more cost for food, and the taste of the food don't even taste the same no more.
You know, that's why people are more gravitating towards food trucks and stuff, because they're actually preparing the food fresh and making it fresh and putting their heart and they putting their soul into, especially if they're from a different country, but they going in on their
They
food.
take pride.
They really going in and representing. It's more than food.
Yeah.
They're not trying to just make a product and sell it because you know that we have to eat and you consume and get it.
Yeah.
Right.
When they put that food in front of your face, wherever they're from, they're representing their family, they're representing their culture, they're representing their struggle. It's more than food with them, you know what I'm saying? So
They're more serious about when their name is attached to something great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you
talk that
evolve,
talk, dog.
bro, when you evolve and you know what you carry, and that's the thing. other people are not gonna realize what you carry and not gonna take as serious as what you carry as you do. So ain't nobody gonna take care of you like you.
Yeah.
So you already know you.
Yeah.
That's why it's oh my God, it's imperative that you pick the right people around in your circle, in your business, whatever you call it to. Whatever, if you do a food truck, restaurant, whatever you do, make sure you pick the right amount of people because you want people to be a self-reflection of you.
Yeah.
Because anything going wrong, that's still a self-reflection of you. So I feel like the quality of food is so foreign now. It's just like, if I can cook as much as I can at home, I'm good with that, just for the simple fact that you have a few restaurants. Like, there was one restaurant when I was in Colorado. It's like a Mediterranean restaurant. It's called Baghdad. And they had like lamb, shish kebabs, and grilled chicken. Boy, that was
I know it was busting.
But that's
bro, everything was fresh, everything was hot, black beans, rice, yellow rice, bro. It was just so good. It's just like, then they come to you, how you enjoy the food. Like, again, first class service. It's different culture. They take more pride in their food versus let's hurry up and make it, get it out. And another thing, yes, we going on a rant tonight.
I'm not the only one triggered.
I can't stand this. I can't stand it.
It ain't me this week.
I can't stand it.
It's not me this week. It's not me.
Saying no names.
I ain't saying no names. That's your name. But bro, this is when I pull up. I tell them what I want. Okay, what do you want?
That's McDonald's.
No, what's worse? What's worse?
I'm gonna say
They
that.
repeat what you said, what you want, but asking in a question form.
That's McDonald's, bro. That's what that is.
So you okay? Wait. What do you want again? I was like, this ain't working. This ain't working. No, don't do this to me. Don't play dumb with me, even though I know you're not playing. It's like, bro, I can't stand that. Or they cut you off right when you know what you want to order. You order, okay, excuse me, what did you say the whole order? What did you order? What did you want? Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I don't. What's wrong?
Now sometimes I can vouch for them a little bit because I used to work for McDonald's for like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So McDonald's, especially if you work at night, and y'all nighttime workers, holla at your boy because I'm finna hold y'all down real quick. So when you work at night, you would have the manager, which 9 times out of 5.
No cap. No cap.
Y'all ready to see where this one going?
He's gonna hold you down. Remember that.
9 times out of 5.
The manager, 9 times out of 5 at night, all they do was bark at the workers and count money. They're not trying to. If it's real busy, they might put stuff in the bag and hand it out.
And
You know what?
Crazy part.
You're right, because I know somebody that's in management position, but they're not like that. They try to help out, but they was sharing with me their frustrations of what the other managers are not doing.
Yep.
And so and going back to like almost like what you were saying, Doug, like what gets me is, and where we're going is, so it's really not a this podcast isn't really about like food and stuff like that. We're just using those as an example. But when you're looking at what we're saying though, we're talking about are you a person that can be counted on by somebody else? You know what I'm saying? Are you reliable? Can somebody count on you to do your job? Can somebody count on you that when they come and partake of your services or your business, what kind of, like Dub said, like the last couple episodes, first class experience. Are they getting a first class experience when they experience your service? Do they want to come back, or are they just tolerating you because maybe they're a family member, they're trying to support your business, but you really ain't putting that work in like you supposed to?
Is your product reliable?
Is your product reliable?
Yeah.
Well, I know my alternator ain't.
What company is it? I bet you Duralast.
No name.
I say the name.
I ain't gonna say no name. I ain't gonna say no name.
You stupid.
Dub still birds.
You know, and I'll say this too. Like sometimes, because when I pull up to the window, I can tell they're doing 3 jobs at one time, so that's why they couldn't remember really like what I'm doing.
You have one person.
Real talk. Yeah.
They'll put one person in the grill area.
Yeah.
Bro, you got fries back there. We got salads back there. You
Don't
got
matter.
dishes back there. You got meat back there.
Yeah.
You put one person in the grill area, one
Yeah.
person in the front, and then the manager is slowly counting the drawer.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
need more people at night than that, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But they know that, and that's the kicker. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, this is the busiest time within aside from lunch.
Right.
You know, people gonna want to eat by 3, 4 in the morning,
Right.
2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, just midnight. You know this, so why not go ahead and get the amount of employees you need to cover what you need? Now, if it gets real slow to a over a 3-hour period, then okay, I understand. Send a few people home, because it's gonna happen. You're gonna have them slow runs and hits, but it's just like, why won't you cover what you know you need? Like, you need that. And then this is something that goes on every night. This ain't like, well, this is something, you know what I'm saying,
You
once
know
a
what?
week. But no, this is 7 days a week.
Here's the contrary to that, though. People aren't reliable as they were when we grew up. So it could be, in which it is, when now that you mentioned what's going on, when you're experiencing, is the lack of the amount of employees that's actually needed to run something. So, and given in that space, with this generation, it's like, it's crazy, dog. I'm looking when I went into when I be at the schools and stuff. One of the things I like to look at is I look at the parking lot, because I'm trying to see what these kids driving.
Exactly.
And when you look into the parking lot, dog, you see new cars in the parking lot, dog. I mean, you see all kind of, like, man, when we was growing up, dog, man, we had nice cars, but a lot of times you wouldn't get nothing new, you know, unless you came from a certain lifestyle or a certain family, right? So, and so their mindset is like totally different. We was trying to get work ethic. We was trying to learn how the job system work, how work ethic work. You know, can I put some money in my pocket at the same time? This generation, dog, on some other stuff. Dog, they trying to get the most money they can get without doing nothing. And so if I can sit in front of a tube, or I can sit in front of my phone all day and make YouTube videos, and YouTube and TikTok gonna pay me, you know, 5, 6, 7 figures. Oh, I'm gonna do that all day.
But that still work, though.
Yeah.
It still work.
Yeah.
It is, but it's their form of work that it doesn't feel like work to them.
Yeah.
It's something they love to do, they enjoy, and then I can get paid for what I love and enjoy.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, even I always go back to when you started working early. I was like, man, God dog it, because I wanted to always work while I was in high school. And I was like, nah, just focus on school.
Yeah.
I won't work. Let me tell you something, I'm gonna work. You know, I'm gonna sneak work, or I'm gonna work. No. But and I didn't get my first job till I was 18 at Checkers. But I always my mindset was always foreign. Like, look, I already know I want to save early. I want to get as much money as I can early. You thinking about college, how that's gonna get paid for. At the same time, getting when you think about grant money, when you think about not grant money but scholarship money and the Pell Grant money.
Yeah.
I had got a Pell Grant, bro. It barely covered one class in a book, and I had 2 classes, and the book was well over by almost $300.
This was when you going to the
The
music school?
No, this was
Or
at
when
Pope.
you okay.
And this is like when I was doing dual enrollment. And I was just like, God, dog, man. I'm paying this much money for a couple books that we're barely using in class.
Yeah.
That ticked me off more than anything. And then when you go to sell it, you get $50.
yeah, they got the system worked out.
And so it's just like, it's hard to find reliable things, whether it's restaurants, whether it's people, whether it's jobs. I mean, you're your most reliable source at the end of the day, pretty much. Yeah. And that's what it's going to. You got to have your own. Like, well,
it takes even in that though, it has like, what is the and the only reason I brought up that situation like with the generation is because it's a process and a stepping stone to get to a certain level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it seems like, and it's not just an age group, but just society in a whole. So like I said before, if you listen to the podcast, one of the definitions of generation is people of the same mindset. So I'm not just talking about, you know, the kids all the time. So, But you're talking about people of the same mindset. So it's like everybody wants to be from here to there in 0.5 seconds, but you don't learn nothing in the process. You know what I'm saying? You don't learn the resiliency that it takes to go through something, to even get to the other side to where people can count on you. You know what I'm saying? So I like something Inky Johnson said. Inky Johnson said, he said, commitment is doing what you said you would do even long after the mood that you said it in has passed. You know, it's easy to be on top and give your best when everything is going good, but can people rely on you when all hell breaking loose in your life?
Or if you get
That's where a lot of the blessings come from.
Exactly. And that's where you gain a lot of your resilience from.
Yeah.
It's not from everything that you accumulate, but what happens when you don't accumulate? What happens if everything doesn't go the way you plan? What happens if you got to do it for free for a while? It's like, are you willing to put that much time and investment into it and be the resilient person that you're looking for in other businesses, other restaurants, other people? For me, and this is another way to look at it too. It's just like, just thinking about when you was talking, how like even at my job, how I'm the most dependent person. And just flip it. It's just like, if I look at it from that standpoint, then it'll be a little easier for me to, because it's a lot. It's a heavy responsibility. How do you say, heavy is the crown? It is a heavy responsibility to be the go-to person. And you're looking around like, well, who's going to be my go-to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, are you willing to be the go-to when you don't have a go-to?
Wow. So you at the top of the food chain.
All right, what we got to do?
And everybody always say, when you look at that, I mean, the time for you to change environments. And that's easy. Sometimes that's easier said than done until you know what I'm saying. That's where the resilience has to kick in until you can get to the new environment.
When I tell you the other day, the Lord spoke to me and said, help such and such. I was like, all right. I just,
I do what?
I was like, Lord, help my attitude. Lord, help my attitude. This ain't gonna end well. And they talking about me.
You stupid. You stupid.
Help me, Lord. So he's been really like,
help me, please.
Cause bro, he knows how I feel. It's just like, man, I'm just over it.
It's on site.
Over it. Like,
You stupid.
hey, what they say? Help me.
Help me.
Back against the ball. The dumb has been dropped. Help me.
You stupid, man.
Oh, but it just shows you how important that is needed, man. Like, it's needed.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, even like when you look at the climate, like from relationships to services to products, like it's like, man, where are we headed? Like,
Bro,
it's crazy, man. I just read the article. Just the other day, dude. It's a what state was it? Was it Texas? I don't remember, but it's a AI McDonald's.
It's a who?
AI McDonald's. Artificial intelligence. Straight machine, no people.
No, the whole McDonald's?
The whole McDonald's, dog.
You say it's in Texas?
I want to say it's Texas, but it might be another state. And then somebody chimed in, because I like to read the comments when I'm reading stuff. Yeah. And then somebody chimed in and said that's not actually the first one, that's the second one. And then named another state. So it might have been something, another place. But just know that it's out there.
So everything is robotic.
Everything in it is robotic.
So even though everything is robots on the inside of the restaurant, you still need a human.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because as soon as it breaks down, guess who they're gonna call? Somebody to come fix it.
Exactly.
So you can't
totally get rid of it.
You can't just not. And what Cedric Entertainer said, and he said. He said, y'all going to the boo? We going to the boo too. y'all can't just X us out. You can't.
For real.
And look, you talking about I was listening to y'all talk, right?
Oh, he coming from the house. He coming from the house.
I'm finna come from the house though, for real. But this is something that's it's something that's important though. This is important, right? It's not just reliable as far as products and stuff. When I see the temperature and people who I deal with, like coming from the house, because that's on, I know that's I have to, right? So, what about your mental and emotional? I think that's most of society. If you look what's going on right now, everybody's like isolated. Everybody's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Because people feel like they can't count on nobody. So you know what? When I hit you up, you don't hit me up. You're not there. I don't need you.
Yeah, and
I don't need you.
That's
that cancel culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the societal situation.
Like I don't need you.
And you can't cancel God. So
Yo, I was talking to this girl today, right? But not like that. It was a female at my job. We was having a conversation about men and women. And now this is like 6 in the morning, right? So she was asking me a question about guys and stuff like that. I don't know about all guys. I just know about me. But since I'm a male, I kind of can,
Put some input.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
insight wise.
she was like, well, I don't play no games and blah, blah, blah. I was like, she said, well, how do you know if he really into you? Or I said, first of all, if your guards are all the way up, you don't have, like, you're not available. Like, you're not open. Like, you're not, like,
Make signals.
like if a guy is trying to talk to you, you won't know because you got your bulletproof vest on. Like you don't, you're not like you don't even have no room for offense. You don't have no room for anything to happen.
That's a word.
You need room for offense, bro.
Yeah, room for offense.
Because when you go into a situation wholeheartedly, you don't go in a situation with like half of the hole already filled up with concrete. No, if you really want love is risky. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be available for love, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you have to go in that thing wide open.
Yep.
Wide open. And you gotta know that this person is reliable. You dig what I'm saying? So if you're not wide open, how you gonna know if he been really not? You can't feel nothing.
Yeah.
You can't feel nothing.
Powerful. That's powerful.
You can't feel anything because you so close, you so guarded. You can't. I'm being real. You can't even tell because you so guarded. You know what I'm saying? So like how so?
Bro.
You dig what I'm saying?
You coming straight from the house.
Yeah, you said a mouthful though.
So I was like, and with a lot of guys, they some not all women. Some women don't come from it. You feel me? Come from the house. And men do it too, but I know a lot of guys, men don't communicate. You have to. How about you try to create an atmosphere so the man, an environment, so I can tell you how I feel without you looking at me like I'm a chump.
Yeah, and that's always the number one thing. Because if I expose myself to you and then you come at me sideways, then that's just gonna push me further back.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Experience that.
So but you want the money to be straight. You want the money. You want my pockets to be reliable.
Experience that.
You want my pockets to be reliable. Are you emotionally reliable for me? Is your heart reliable for me? But you want my pockets. You want me to be bossed up.
Don't stop him. Let him float.
You crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about being reliable. It's more than just food and clothes. No, are we reliable to each other?
Yeah.
That's why you think Jesus was mad when they were asleep? Like, why y'all asleep? Why y'all asleep? Like, y'all need to be up. Y'all are not reliable right now. Wake up. Like, why y'all asleep? You know what I'm saying? Y'all over here asleep. Stuff finna go down. Wake up.
We just closed our eyes, Lord.
Wake up.
Wake up, bro. You're not reliable right now. Like, I need to do at least,
Let me tell you how innovative you are. I had came across a couple of videos, and I came across a speaker, Instagram, with the first two things. One of the things that stuck out to me when I came across the video, he was like,
was it George?
huh?
I talked George. Talking about him?
Not him.
Okay, he fine.
But it was on the subject of marriage. He was like, y'all are not saying I do's to what you already know. You're saying I do's to what I don't know.
That's Tim Ross. Lord, he be in
I
the
was
vein.
like, bruh.
That's Tim Ross. That's Tim Ross.
Like, ooh.
Bro, Tim Ross is, shouts out to Tim Ross.
Bro.
He is a beast.
I was like, dang,
Yeah.
you think I get this?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the first one. And then another one I came across, I guess his wife had some type of situation. I don't know if it was an accident or what, but whatever it caused something to go wrong with the brain. And so she kind of trying to, in rehab, trying to get back to her normal self. So I remember he showed the video, they were driving in the van. He was like, and she just randomly asked, like, do you want me? I was like, he said, what? She's like, do you want me? And like how she's speaking is kind of like trying to communicate. And then after a few times she'll say, it's like, don't you know I love you? He's like, don't you know I want you? And it's just like, it shows you the mental battles and emotional battles, even no matter how with the strongest person that face what they face. And people need assurance these days. They don't need to just hear I love you. They need to see I love you. They need this, like you say, they need to see, are you emotionally like invested in me and how I feel? Are you emotionally invested in what I love and what's dear to my heart, to where, you know, don't look at what's not happening and what's not going on, but look at how many times I'm not allowing myself to stay down. Like, man falls 7 times, get out 8. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, this cancel culture is just so aggressive. And if you're not mentally strong or capable to work through it, it can get you in a messed up state and place to where it'd be hard to come back from. And so it's just like, when I think about just being reliable, that's why it's so important for me to create an experience. When you hear or see me, I hope to God I made your day. Because it's like, it's a what, 1%? Give or take. Are you gonna be a part of the 1%?
Bro, I done been, man, can I just open up the front door and just fall out, please, of the house?
Bro, you got the front, the back, and the
Just
windows.
just open up the front door, just lean out that sucker. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I done been, just being, coming from the house.
Just
bro.
don't fall and break your neck like the dude did in the Bible. He fell asleep in the window pane and fell out.
Ray.
Look, I done been unreliable a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't feel good. It sucks. When you look back and say, dang, I dropped the ball right here, right?
Yeah.
But those times, if you pay attention, if you look at what it does to the other person, and then you see how they react towards you after that, it makes you reevaluate how you move. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I hurt little mama. You know what I'm saying? But ain't my homeboy, he don't rock with me no more. Dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, my boy, hello, dude. Dang, my boy switched, you know what I'm saying? He switching up on me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And make you evaluate how you moving and what you got going on. So for anyone who's, we not just like poking that knob.
Yeah.
You can be reliable. But one thing, don't be trying to keep no promises that you can't. Don't be, I got you, bro. You can't do it, bro.
Just tell me you
Just
can't
tell
do
me
it.
You
Just be
can't
straight
do
up.
it, yeah.
I can't stand that, dog.
You can't do it, yeah.
If you can't do it, you can't do it at the end of the day. But don't have me wasting my time. Okay, well, then that thing, dog, man. No, dog, you told me. You should have just told me straight up.
Straight out the house.
And whatever you got, whatever God said that you need to do for yourself, don't be mad. I mean, not be mad, but don't feel funny if you can't step outside of that. If God not allowing you to in the season that you're in. And someone needs you, hey, come over here. No, I can't, bro. I can't. Be reliable for yourself. How can you be? You gotta show up for yourself. Small wins.
Yep.
Small wins. Like I got a calendar. I got 2 calendars. I got one for my money. Well, one for what God tell me to do with the money. You tithing offering bills and stuff, and I got nothing for my time. So let's say if I write on today's date, I want to do this, and this, and this. If I got 5 things on there, it's only 24 hours in a day, right? So I'm gonna try to do the most important thing on that list. So if I knock off 2 or 3 of those, good job.
Right.
Good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing up for myself. If I can do everything, it's only 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? So show up for yourself. The small wins. I don't care if it say fold your clothes and put them up. Fold your clothes and put them up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you say you're gonna do something for you, attempt to really try to do it for you. So when somebody else is hitting you up, you will have that same energy. Because if I'm looking at you, love thyself as, you know what I'm saying? Love that neighbor as that, you know what I'm saying? So if the Bible talks about y'all please correct me, like, talks about the wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, treat your wife, you
Love your wife like how Christ loved the
Right.
church.
So, bro, you know what I'm saying? If you going hard for you, then go hard for your partner. I tell you this right here. If Rain Sean hit me up, I'm flipping everything to get what he need. Easy. That's my youngin. You know what I'm saying? So if he hit me up, it's not a few times where I'm not reliable. And if I can't do something, I'm reliable and telling him I can't do that right now. It ain't
Yeah. And then even if two, I'm sorry.
No.
And even if two, I think I said this before, is there's a difference between being reliable and then developing. Because
that's good.
That is.
Because you can be reliable, but I'm not going to respond because I'm testing you right now. And if I'm testing you right now, then that's going to determine where you fit in my circle.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can remember. I was just watching something, and it was either a guy or a girl actually testing somebody, and they actually was going to give them what they wanted, but because they failed the test, they didn't give them what they wanted because they didn't take the situation serious. And so even in things that we do for other people, for our kids and things of that nature, sometimes is learning how to separate certain things, because when somebody want to call you out and say, well, you're not this or you're not that, well, first they got to understand who I am, because I want to take it back to what you said when you first started. The number one thing that you have to do to be able to put yourself there where you can consider yourself a reliable person is you have to make yourself available. That was deep, dog. I ain't want to skirt tail across that, but I wanted y'all to get everything y'all had to get out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you gotta, that is such a prevalent part to the solution to whatever that is, whether it's through relationship, whether it's through your business, service, product, or whatever is, because if I don't make myself available, then there's no way I can be reliable.
That's true.
There's no way. A lot of my blessings have come from me putting myself in a position to be available, even if I had to switch something else around. Because if one of y'all called me up and say, you know what, hey man, hey, can we shoot today? I know we weren't scheduled to shoot today, but say it ready, I'm ready, man. It just hit me. I got to get it off my chest. And if I can restructure what I got on my calendar, I will. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making myself available for the moment, because you never know what's going to happen in that moment. But I've made myself available for plenty of things. You know what I'm saying? And even to my personal development and stuff like that, even with my pastor, you know what I'm saying? Being close to my pastor and, gleaming and getting gems from him, I make myself available a lot of times. And so when I look at leadership things, I look at things from a wisdom standpoint.
Yep.
I'm not like, I ain't no John Maxwell, but I've always been ahead of the curve because I always put myself in environments with people that are always more wise than I was. Right. So if you put yourself in that situation, you made yourself available. What's in that environment, as long as you're in that situation to soak it up, it's going to fall on you.
Yep.
So just the same thing as if you're in an environment where you got a bunch of guys that you know they ain't reliable, you can't count on them for nothing, and you always on. Guess what's gonna happen? If you sit there long enough, you gonna turn into one of them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names, dog. You know what I'm saying? Be like, dog, how you do that? What you mean, how I do that? Like, dog,
Bro.
listen, we supposed to be here at 7:30. If something comes up, then it's my responsibility to make myself available to pick up the phone and say, hey, dog, I'm running behind, I'm running late.
Exactly.
And instead of having somebody sitting there waiting 15, 20, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then, because once again, you don't know what's on the tail end of that blessing. You miss out on your blessing, you crying to God, and because the blessing didn't come in the way that you wanted, now you missed out on your blessing.
Yeah.
It's great, dog. That's our life, dog. That's our name. That's how we were brought up, dog.
That's 1,000% facts. So let's break it down another step. What is unreliable? Because when you hear the word unreliable, it seems like it's a constant and continuous of a series of actions of not coming through.
Hey, you like how you just broke that down, dog?
Yeah.
It is a continuous of actions of not coming through.
Continuous. Because, bro, I really want people to understand this, because when it's a continuous series of actions, like it's constant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then you follow
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you follow. Because a lot of times we get it confused with the person who may not have came through that time. You hurt so much by that one time they didn't come through. You're overshadowed by all the 99 other times they came through. And then you be like, nah, that person ain't unreliable.
Right.
They ain't reliable.
That ain't really.
They
That
unreliable.
ain't
Bro,
really. That's
to
just
me-
a situation. Yeah.
To me, bro, unreliable is to me is non-verbal communication. To me, like you talking a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they're not talking a whole bunch of stuff about how they feel about you. Sometimes they're talking a whole bunch of stuff about where they at internally. You know what I'm saying? We be so quick to be like, oh, you fell through. When a person don't fall through, it's something going on within that person. We got to figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could not be ready. Maybe they're going through something. That doesn't mean they don't like you. That doesn't mean they don't rock with you. Just that at this moment, at this time, you keep fumbling the ball for some reason. I know when I was fumbling the ball, I had a whole bunch of internal stuff going on. Self-doubt. Didn't trust myself with certain stuff. Listening to the wrong people. And also wasn't getting fed at home. I ain't talking about food on the table. I'm talking about from the person who you lay next to. That's important, who you choose to lay next to. It's important who you choose to do life with, because when them doors is closed, when them cameras is off, and you need a pep talk, that person who you lay next to is supposed to give you the real pep talk.
Dog.
Like that, they're supposed to give you the real, like they're supposed to be the other version of you talking to yourself.
Bro.
Basically, that's what it's supposed to be.
This is crazy, because this is what I've been hearing consistently in this season of my life. Make sure you pick the right person. Even at the hospital, when I was taking a patient from MRI, and we was just talking. His dude got his own trucking business, everything. Then, he talked about how he met his now wife, but then he talked about the person he was with before. How it's just like, you know how it's hard to get away from a person. You feel like you're right for each other, but you're just not right for each other. But you just, connect with that person just because you're familiar with that person. Doesn't mean that person is right for you. And he was like, young buck, he was like, make sure you choose the right person. I was like, man, trust me, I'm on that tip.
Yeah, we had plenty of talk
Trust
on
me,
that.
plenty talks.
Yeah, a lot of talks on that.
And it's just like, man, okay, I'm that aware and that sensitive to that. So it's like, God, let that be shown for what that is, so then I can recognize what that is, because I'm looking for that. But just to hear that, and it's like, even for me, man, in my personal life of being reliable, just like I was like, oh snap, I was booked for Wednesday for a show. I was like, bro, can we shoot Saturday?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I forgot, my man. You know what I'm saying? It is on the calendar, but I forgot, like off the top of my head. So he's like, yeah, no, that's cool. Say get off 5:30, you know, we can shoot 6 o'clock. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's understand, because you understand what is valuable and what is important.
Right.
What you don't deem valuable and important,
You
just shrug it off.
You ain't gonna make room for it.
You ain't gonna make room. You ain't gonna contact. You ain't gonna tell them, hey, this is whoop-de-woo, this is what happened. You just gonna ghost. And I can't tell you how many people I was supposed to connect with just in meetings form, and they don't show up. And that's why I always hit them.
We've all had that same story.
That's why, bro, I always hit them up 2 hours before, like you say. 2 hours before, hey, we still on today? I ain't heard nothing. Hour before, hey, are we still good today? I ain't heard nothing. I ain't hitting you up no more.
Right.
After that, that's just plain blatantly disrespect. And you don't even respond at all, even after the fact.
Yeah.
That's like, okay.
Yeah.
Now I see where you at, and why you getting taken advantage of where you at. So I'm gonna just let you sit in there. I ain't gonna say no names.
Yeah. But I'm like, I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that, cause it's like
my time valuable, bro.
Bro, like I don't get it. It's like I don't get it. I mean, I understand life happens to us all. That's why I said, you know, resilience, man. It's a very powerful thing, man. Because if I don't have any type of resilience operating in my life, I'm gonna run at the first sign of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
You know what I'm saying? And we're in a climate now. Everybody trying to start a business. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur. That's cool, but everybody ain't built like that, dog. Can you stand the fire when you got something burning in your heart that's so deep and branded in you that you can go 10, 12 years and you still feel like you're on the ground floor and still keep going?
Bro, I think it was Bun B that said it. He's like, if you can work a business for 5 or 6 years and not see any income from it, but you can still go after and chase it and still make it happen, then you good. But if you can't, it's a hobby.
It's a
dream.
It just sounded good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's no different than with relationships. A lot of people like the thought of or the idea of what is an unrealistic expectation that they have that is just a fairy tale and fantasy. It's just, and then you put it into an actual relationship and it's opposite comparison. Now you stuck in the mud because it's like, this ain't like how I thought it should be.
Right. Well, what you thought it should be. Yeah. Oh, dog.
You can't think of it from a one set of mind. You know what I'm saying? Just from your own individual thoughts. You got a whole human being right here who got his own, or she got her own emotions, thoughts, process, everything that whatever they love to do is just like you.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Man, it's one of the shows I like to watch, man. It's called Married at First Sight. Yeah, man.
Mine's 90 Day Fiance.
I'm looking at this season, bro, and like, oh man, it's like these cats on some whole nother stuff. Like one girl left the dude already, and it ain't. She left maybe in like a few episodes, so it's like they at the beginning process, dog. And she like, I'm out. Deuces.
Hey, bro.
Hold on, bro.
Okay,
and I felt so bad for the guy because the guy was a nice guy. It's just like, you ain't even giving time to work. First of all, you come on a show called Married at First Sight, and then you gonna bail out in the first couple. Like you ain't do yourself a service, and you ain't do the dude that they hooked you up with a service, because first of all, that's dumb to do that in the first place. And then I just be like, I think I'm just intrigued by the personalities that what would make somebody go on a TV show called Married at First Sight and marry somebody they ain't never met.
Man, I don't know, man. Cause you might be in a moment. She bad. There's the energy right. Hey.
You're doing everything backwards.
You don't know what you get.
Yeah, you're right.
Everything.
I'm talking junk.
You might be getting Beelzebub auntie.
Yeah, you're right. I'm talking junk.
Oh, you got a dog?
Yeah, I'm talking
Demon
junk.
Slayer, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking junk, yeah.
What you got, bro?
What you got, bro?
So like earlier I was talking about, right? I wasn't talking about like as Christ of the church. Not that verse. I was talking about Ephesians chapter 5 verses 28 through 30, because I want to make sure. All right, so verse 28 goes, even so a husband should love their wives as their own bodies. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically like, if I'm not doing me like that, I'm not finna do you like that. You know what I'm saying? He who loves his wife loves himself. He who loves his wife loves himself. For no man ever hates his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, as Christ of the church, because we are members of his body. You know what I'm saying? So like, we being reliable, like, if I'm taking me serious, and I'm really trying to take me serious, and I need everybody around me to be solid, and I need everybody around me to respect me, then I'm gonna take you serious. I mean, not need you respect me, but you know what I'm saying?
I get
You feel what I'm
exactly
saying?
what you're saying.
So I'm gonna take you
want that
serious. I'm gonna take you serious. I'm gonna take you serious. I'm gonna take the things, because I'm taking me serious. If I'm playing with myself, I'm gonna be playing with everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I want to just get that correct out. You know what I'm saying? For what I was trying to say. You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's still in the same vein, because
Same vein, yeah.
yeah, because at the end of the day,
Definitely.
all God is trying to get you to see is are you putting yourself in a position to die for your spouse? Because what greater love, it says, what greater love than a man laid down his life for his brother. You know what I'm saying? When he sent Christ down the cross, then, you know what I'm saying, if he's saying love your wife like Christ loved the church, well, he gave his life for the church. He gave his life for the people, you know what I'm saying, outside of the church. He gave his life for everybody. So if I'm rocking with you, you know what I'm saying?
Rocking with you the long way.
I'm rocking with exactly. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I just met you, you know what I'm saying? Like your partners, Knowledge and all them guys. I just met them guys, but I feel like, man, that's a brotherhood, dog. They cool like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's when people, it's a good thing to be relied on. It's a good thing to be relied on, that somebody can call you and you can come through. Or even if it's not being to the fact that you came through in that manner that you did it, but because you put yourself in a position, listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all, put yourself in a position to be resourceful.
Yeah.
That's what it boiled down to, because you don't have to have all the answers, but what if you connected with people that have the answer? So that means that you're resourceful. So people can come to you as a resource, whether you give them, from what you have personally, or you connected with somebody in your circle that you can, get them connected to get whatever they need done. So a lot of times we don't want y'all to misconstrue like y'all got to be everything to everybody. It's just you put yourself in a position to be resourceful. Exactly. What that looks like in your marriage, what that looks like in your relationship with your children. You know what I'm saying? So just all around, spirit, mind, soul, body. We want y'all to have the best for y'all life. But like my boy said, Alxndr, like he said, you have to make yourself available. How do I love when I never seen my mom and my dad love?
Even when it's a tearaway. Man, bro, check this out.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight for the house.
Check this out. When you start moving, because I can see it, bro. I can see right now out my house blind, bro. Come from the house. That when stuff start going, certain people, even family, it's gonna be a separation, right? You know what I'm saying? And when people get hurt, sometimes they don't come and tell you out front they hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know folks like that. Not like if we rocking, like if you are a pillar in my life, if I do something indirectly, directly, come holler at me and let me know so I can make an adjustment so we can, because you're a pillar in my life, right?
Right.
Don't just be mad and don't say nothing, then hold a grudge against me, don't talk to me. No, you a pillar in my life. You in my life, we gotta talk it out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So I'd rather, and sometimes that creates a separation, and sometimes you lose people, especially when you're elevating and somebody is not willing to. You just doing your thing, right? You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing, you're elevating, and either they don't want to take the steps to grow, or maybe the way that you're elevating, they don't agree with your mindset and how you think.
Right.
You know, because sometimes that happens too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So when there's a separation and you lose people, bro, you might lose family members because you're trying to elevate yourself. You might lose close friends. I'd rather lose you like this than like this. So I'd rather lose you with my arms open so you can see my heart. I love you. I'm just trying to do my thing. So if I'm hustling, if I'm not picking the phone up, if I'm not coming around, if I said something that was not intentional, I love you. So if you turn away from me, my arms still gonna be open. Versus me like this,
Right.
my arms closed and you can't see my heart. So we got beef and we got problems, but we not trying to squash it, or we not trying to talk it out, or we not being open and transparent with each other. So I'm gonna lose you like this. No. I rather lose you like this. So when I turn and go back to my grind, if you call my name, my arm is still open. Come, but let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to say, I ain't mean it like that.
Yeah. Dang.
but
So I'd rather lose you with my arms open like this, so you can see my heart.
Beef.
You know what I'm saying?
beef requires two people. They can't be beef on your end.
Yeah.
Because you never had beef with that person from the get-go. And a lot of time they confuse the elevation with a healing process. And they lose out on great friendships, great brotherhood. And like me and you talked a little while back. And I was telling him about the situation. I was like, I could tell this person being different. I could tell this person creating distance. So I was like, all right, I'm going to let that person do what they do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I do. At the same time, my door's open. But at the same time, I ain't no doormat either. So I think a lot of times when you, and that's why I say the importance of doing the work when you're going through a process of whether it's turmoil, whether it's hurt, whether it's just chaos in your life. Like you try to mask it behind elevation of the business side, but you're suffering on the personal side. And if the personal suffer, ultimately the business is gonna come down and suffer too.
Yeah.
Because now you're functioning off of chaos. You would not last functioning off of chaos.
Man.
Dog.
The foundation.
Functioning off of chaos. Can you
That'd be
please?
the next.
Please explain that?
Okay. So I can break that. I use myself for example. Because I know how I can become a workaholic.
Yeah.
I know how because I love the grind, the process of doing music, whether it's writing, whether it's writing scripts, whether it's just anything that gravitates to the elevation of the next level. I can use that as a disguise to hide and mask what I'm really feeling, what I'm suppressing. So if I do that, in a sense, I'm really taking a step back versus elevating, because I'm allowing my personal self to suffer.
I feel so. Okay.
So I have to take a step back. I don't write no music. Like when Mom passed, I ain't did nothing. I ain't write. I didn't do no scripts. I ain't do nothing business. Because I knew how much that affected me. And if it affected me to the soul to where I can't properly do my business, then I'm not going to properly handle my friendships. And that's when isolation comes in and creeps in. And that's when it goes down here from there. And it's like nobody can reach you if you allow yourself to go down that rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you look at whatever profession you're in, whatever industry you're in, you'll gravitate to those who ain't really never really been there for you like that. And you'll look at them as friends. Versus they're the one that stab you in the back. They're the one that talk bad about you. You go through so much turmoil behind the scenes through them, but you'll jump through hoops for them versus somebody who's initially been there for you the whole while.
Yeah.
So when you're functioning off of chaos, you feel like that's sustaining you, but it's not. You're confusing chaos with trying to find a way. That's your only way of trying to heal whatever is hurting you without facing it.
It's like a coping mechanism.
It's a coping mechanism. It's a vice.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you go to? You go to what you know.
Right.
And somebody said this powerful. I forgot what they said, but they said whatever you put in on the inside of you, if you don't have the word, if you don't have prayer, if you don't have that intimate connection with God, there's nothing that you can use and pull out that can help you.
I think I said that.
Did you say that? As far as gravitating to like,
I probably did. I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
No. What I'm saying on that, it's like the way
That's
they
true,
put it. You have a carnal side of you, and then there's a spiritual side of you that you have to feel inside of this
true.
carnal body.
Yeah.
So whatever you don't put on the inside of you, you're gonna gravitate to what's in. So what's in your heart is gonna come out.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And basically, if you ain't got nothing inside that can help sustain you through this walk of life, you're gonna gravitate.
If you ain't got
to
no
your
substance.
vice. You ain't got no substance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever's in there is what you're gonna gravitate to.
Exactly.
Nate used to
Yeah.
call it, he said, bro, get your gird up, bro. Get your gird up. He used to hit me with that. Come in, old girl, be going through it. And I call him whining like a little punk. And he was like, bro, get your gird up, man. You need to go pray. Get your gird up. That shit's good on your nerves. Yeah, that's funny.
But that was dope. That was like functioning in chaos, man. A lot of people function in chaos, man. Like they can't function unless I'm gonna hit it from a different spot. Unless a drama is attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just disorder, disconduct is attached to it. Like I just
Anything negative.
Yeah.
Dive off
Yeah.
of it.
just I can't do that, dog. Especially I know it's like the older I get, man, the less tolerance I have for stupidity and ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because like, dog, you don't know when that last day is that God gonna pull that card. You don't know.
Exactly.
So so why are we sitting up here not operating in our best self?
Bro, I think about that almost, not every day, but it's more and more.
Yeah.
Like, bro, working in the hospital and you be seeing that stuff,
Yeah,
you be
see
seeing
that
that stuff.
on a constant basis.
It's
Bruh.
a constant reminder.
That is,
Yeah.
people be
And then
leaving
saying-
every day, bro.
And then seeing the family, it makes it even 10 times worse just for the simple fact they know
Yeah.
they can't do
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
When when my dad was in the hospital on his last leg of life, he was laying there, and my mans couldn't talk. He just laying there, bro. So everybody is around there in the room, just sitting in the room, two or more. I'm in the presence. So sometimes you ain't gotta talk. Just get your people around you. God is in the midst. That's true. But I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my mans, and I'm looking at everybody around him. Everybody looking at him, and he looking at us. So I said, I don't know. I said to myself, I said, you need to make sure that you do what you need to do for yourself when everybody's sitting and looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like when can't nobody help you, you need to be able to do for yourself what nobody can't do. Because when everybody's sitting looking at my man's, we can't help him. The doctors can't help him. The nurse can't help him. So he got to make sure he right, or he had to make sure that he was right. His vertical was straight. So when nobody else can't help him, he still got himself. And I be thinking about that stuff all the time, bro.
Dog, boy, you just took me back. We just went and saw Creed, right?
How was it?
Dog, I would go see that movie again.
It was better than Avatar?
I haven't seen Avatar yet, but I can probably say with a resounding yes.
Okay.
That let you know how good the
definitely
movie was.
Creed.
I hadn't even seen the Avatar.
Because the Avatar go hard.
Yeah.
It go hard.
A lot of people complaining about how long it was.
Oh, yeah, it was long, y'all.
But
They were making up for all those years.
what is about 3 hours?
Yeah.
Over 3 hours.
But
that's about the average movie.
But that's about the average like movies now. So it's like but
Dog.
Creed, dog,
it was
Creed,
popping.
dog, Creed was, man. And, you know, I had to share a transparent moment with y'all, man. Like I had to share some tears, man. Like God was talking to me through the movie.
My man's cried in the movie.
Like no, like
For real,
serious
for
talk,
real.
dog.
What's up?
I mean, I hate to, you know, spoil it, but I just say this: there was a scene, because I was talking with my wife about. I was just frustrated about some things that wasn't going my way, right? So, you know, while we out here shaking and moving, you know, everything ain't always peaches and cream. You know, we get on here, we talk. Y'all are on this journey with us. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
we're sharing y'all, you know, the pinnacle of our lows and some of our mids and some of our highs. And so, you know, I was just kind of frustrated where it's like, you know, it seemed like I was making some progression in some areas, and then it just felt like it just came to a complete stop. So, and there was a scene in the movie where he's talking with his mom. And I've only had this happen to me a couple times, and I don't know if I went into like a vision or what, but it happened. So it's like, it's a scene where he's talking to his mom, and he's dealing with what he's dealing with. And his mom said these words right here. She said, "You have to find a way."
That's heavy.
But she said this on her deathbed, dog. So I'm sitting there watching this, and it's like, you know how you see those commercials where like say you driving in a fast car, but then it gives you a front shot and everything is just blurry, like they're just going through this speed of light tunnel top.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that happened. It's like I blacked out. It's like I'm watching a movie screen, and it's like I'm just hearing myself having a conversation with mom. And she was telling me, like, son, you gotta find a way. And I just broke, dog. I just broke. And it was like, I just put my head on my chest and I just broke, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because I've only a couple times in my life, I was preaching at a youth Sunday at a church one, and that happened to me. And I was giving a word to a young man, and same thing happened. It's just like I blacked out. I can see everything, but it's like I'm going through this like tunnel of light type deal, and I'm talking to the young man, but I'm seeing like I'm seeing like the future, if that makes sense.
No, it do.
So I'm talking to the young man, and I'm telling him that there's going to come a time in your life where you're going to be at a fork in the road. This is going to happen, and you're going to have to make a decision, and you're going to have to choose. And I said some other stuff words, and that was it. It was that same situation. So I only had this happen a couple times, and this happened for me when I was in the movie theater, dog. And but it's a great movie, but I was just sitting there, and she said, you have to find a way, dog. That was just, it's like, I gotta find a way.
I know exactly. I feel you, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So it's You are bigger than life itself because you are life. If that makes sense.
No, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Because we walk around and we look at what other people have and we look at what we don't have and we fail to look at what we do have, which is life. So as long as you got life in your body, your circumstance has the ability to change. But you have to be willing to change it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I left there, dog, it was like ringing in my head. It's like, I gotta find a way. I gotta find a way. Dog, we had a worship service last night, right? Amazing. It wasn't really no big advertisement thing. It was really mainly for us. But because it was put out there, anybody was welcome to come.
Yeah.
So amazing. Man, I've been looking for this file for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, dog. I'm like, oh, I got to find this file. He got some important information in there.
I gotta find it.
I said, I got to find this file. Dog. After we got out of the worship service, I said, all right, now, Holy Spirit, I need you to help me find this file. How about when I get to the house, dog, I find the file?
What was that? Your book bag or something?
No. Sitting right there on the end table.
Like plain as day.
Plain as day.
Yeah.
And when I'm sharing this to say this, all this right here, it's like when you, it's almost unexplainable, but it's like when you put yourself, like you said, you got to make yourself available.
Gotta be available.
When you put yourself in position, because we was in a different place last night. Everybody that was here at the service was hungry for something.
A level of expectation.
Yeah. So my vibrations was up. So it's like, you know what, man, I'm finna put God to work. Like now after coming off this high right here, all right, God, where my file at? Get right to the house. Thought comes to my head, so I go and I walk right to it. I said, oh man, here it is right here the whole time. What you need and what you are looking for is in you the whole time, but you got to make yourself available for it. That spouse that you're looking for is waiting on you to make yourself available to get past that hurt pain from the last relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got, like you said, bro, you got them walls up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get hurt regardless.
Exactly.
But the relationship that you're looking for is beyond the point of your availability. The business that you're looking for is beyond the point of your availability. If you keep telling yourself what you don't have, you will never get what you desire. 100, dog.
I told myself the other day, I was like, I broke down crying up, bro. When you start spending time with God, like Pastor Jeff is teaching us in the morning. Some people can do it in the morning, some people can't. But he basically just saying you gotta carve out some time where you spend with God, uninterrupted, prayer, worship, your word, so you can, you know what I'm saying, bro. I was talking to God. I had to apologize to God. I was like, God, man, I'm sorry, bro. I ain't say bro, but you know what I'm saying.
You talk to God, you talk to God.
You know what I'm saying?
Sounded like
You know, I was
sorry,
like,
man. You know, man, I was out there tripping, man.
I was like, you know, I say, okay, so my middle name, right? Man, I told my homegirl Faith this too. She be texting me my middle name, what I mean. I be like, yo, you cut it out, you tripped. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to tell you what I mean.
So my middle name, so my father was a master chef, so he got blessed with the hands of culinary. So he got blessed to be around different types of chefs from different countries. So he was supposed to go across seas to go cooking school, but before he was supposed to go, he was around these chefs from Germany, and exposure. He got exposed. He started digging in his process. His process, how he pick up stuff, it got real quick, and he got leverage real quick on a lot of chefs, really fast, extremely fast. You know what I'm saying? To where he was like trumping chefs who been in school for years. No, he not gonna get out of here. You went away.
Wow.
Yeah, he was that guy. So he fell in love with the culture. So my middle name, oh my goodness, for the house, right? So my middle name is Gerhard, Gerhard. But when my homegirl favorite city, she finna be laughing, right? So
You got me taking it.
yeah, she crazy. Gerhard means brave, right? Right. That's Gerhard is also biblical. Didn't even know it until one day in my devotion time, spending time with God.
Get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, spending time with
I've
God.
never heard that name.
It means strong, like a spearhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I read that. I start breaking down, crying. I'm like, God, it's crazy because the names. That's why words is powerful, bro. Words is life and death. Power of the tongue, bro. I say, God, it's crazy because I'm sitting here fighting through stuff, and you, through my Father, already named me everything I needed, everything who I am. You want me to be brave. I'm supposed to be strong. You already put it on me. So it's funny that you say that, bro, because it's like, it's crazy. You gave me everything I needed, everything I needed to defeat any enemy. You gave it to me at birth. And what I can't do on my own, I'm not supposed to. I'm going to highlight Jesus, and we're going to get it done. Simple as that.
You're supposed to be able to do what you can't do.
It's simple as
Pick up the
that.
rest. Yeah.
But it's funny, but like, dang, God, you gave me everything I needed at birth. My middle name, the name that I didn't like because it sound funny. It sound funny, Gerhard. And my mom be like, yo, daddy was for name you Wolfgang. my dad love Wolfgang Puck, you know?
Wolfgang Puck,
Yeah.
I already knew. Being a chef, I already knew.
He up at Temple General Hospital talking some Wolfgang.
Okay.
She said, nah, Cedric. That's right. Put Cedric on there. She cussed on my daddy straight up. But Wolfgang, Cedric. Straight up. But shouts out to moms, man. I love my mama. My mama cool. But he gave me that name, bro, and it's crazy because I'm like, God, you gave me everything I needed at birth. When I started to cling on to my name. I don't care what you call me. This is what my name is. This is who I am.
Facts.
God gave me this name, bro.
That's what I'm responding to.
You know what I'm saying? You can call me but that's my past. That's not me. You can call me as this is my name and this is what I'm sticking to.
Yeah.
Facts.
Straight up.
Yeah. That's yeah.
So
I didn't like my name.
Yeah, for sure. So rely on your name.
Yeah. I didn't like my name until I found out what it meant. When I found out what it meant is when it clicked. Because Michael was such a common name, I hated it. I was like, man, everybody named Michael. Like, why you couldn't name me like something else? And then when I got into like studying the names of God like years ago, and really started understanding the importance of names and your origin and stuff, man. And so I started looking up my name. When I found out what my name, boy, I started sticking my chest out, dog. I was like, okay, yeah, call me Michael.
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying, it has an affiliation with you. And just, dog, you got to go see Creed, dog. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I'm going to see it. Yo, and your name, bro, your name adds the enemy, he's so slick, bro. He's so slick. He tried to water down what God done gave us already. Your name already give you credibility. Your name already give you reliability. Some people are in broken structures, so all they see is unreliableness all around them. So you can't fault him if everything around you is not solid. I can't fault you for not being not solid.
Right. Exactly.
I can't fault you for that. But
Exactly.
in order to change that situation, we have to know, okay, something got to change with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get around a different environment. I have to do things different from my uncles them did it.
Yeah.
Different from my mama and my daddy them did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And how do they know to change unless they're around somebody that's showing different?
Yeah. That's why I like to know what makes people tick. What makes you tick, what makes you do what you do. Because if a child steals, we know stealing is wrong. But if he was brought up to survive from his people that this is what we do, in his eyes, he ain't doing nothing wrong.
Right.
You can condemn him to hell all you want to. But at the end of the day, why is that child doing what he doing? You got some that just being rebellious and doing that. But sometimes, dog, when I came across the scripture, dog, and I'm gonna paraphrase it, if a man basically takes to eat, to live, to survive, why you gonna come against that man and reprimand that man?
That's in Proverbs, I think.
Yeah, I think it is
Proverbs.
Proverbs.
In Proverbs, yeah.
Yeah. And when I read that, I was like, dang, that's deep, dog. So, when a person does stuff like that, man, you got to allow grace. And I think that's where we get disconnected with what you were talking about, Doug, with the cancel culture, man, because it's like, if you don't come already assembled, I can't do nothing for you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you ain't coming
much,
with the
man.
6 figures and you ain't coming dog, how many videos on social
can't
media
take
that
care of
come with
me.
it? Dog.
If you can't take care of
If you ain't coming already, then what you gonna work towards?
But guys do it to the females too, bro.
No, I'm talking both, dog.
Yeah,
both ways.
I'm talking both.
Yeah,
This
for
ain't
sure.
on one
This
side.
ain't on one side.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
both.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And this shows me how quick you willing to bail.
Yeah.
Because if I don't come with everything that's on your list.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what happens? Dog, what happened to me? Dog, making $50,000 a year, coming to the office the next day, doors is dog. Y'all got 3 months. Everybody else, they was out that day, dog. Out. Come to the office. Man, you heard what's going on in the temp office? No, man, police everywhere. They told nobody, you cannot go in. They told everybody to go home. Huh? And because of the branch that I was in, because they couldn't just shut us out like that because we dealt with the clientele every month, they had to give us a certain amount of time to try to get the news spread out to the people that we had to see face to face month to month. That's the only reason why we kept our job the longest. And then the administrators stayed a couple months longer than what we did because of what they had to do. But if you was just a sales agent, dog,
You was worked out.
you was done that day. Weekend, Monday morning, clack, clack, gone. So you go from making a certain amount of money to nothing overnight. And then, for whatever reason, God has you out here in this wilderness trying to figure out, bro, ain't no better, dog. I was filling applications out at the doggone fast food restaurant. You overqualified. Man, I need some money, dog. Ain't nobody else hiring right now.
Continuous money.
I don't care.
Don't let this well run dry.
So we don't exercise that great because if you don't come already put together, then you can't do nothing for me. Where we get that from, man? How do you build a relationship like that? How do you build resilience like that? How do you build trust like that if I'm already coming put together? That means if I have a broken moment, I can't come to you broken.
Nope.
Right.
So the relationship is already doomed from the start.
Yep.
Because you're going to suffer some heartache. You're going to suffer some pain. So you mean to tell me I can't come to you
And
at the hardest part of my life?
You're going to be disappointed too.
You know what I'm saying?
There's going to be some disappointed times.
Yeah, man. I was just sitting there, man. I was thinking this week, dog. I was like, boy, I just wish I could go back to the old days, dog.
Yeah, because it's hard out here. No cap. It is hard out here, man.
It just like people cared about people. People respected people. People had morals. People had ethical mindsets. People you know what I'm saying?
willing to help.
Bro, we grew up in a different environment than the kids that's growing up today, dog. You know what I'm saying? How many family shows are on TV now?
Less than 5 on one hand, I could tell you that much.
Where are the Huxtables? Where's the Family Ties? You remember? I don't know if you remember that show. You might-
Yeah. I
You know,
those,
where
yeah.
are the family shows, man? They, like you were saying
Good
earlier,
time.
everything is such a isolation. Me, mine, I, me. It's like, I can't rely on you because you don't know how to be reliable. Because cancel culture says, screw you.
Well, but you know what? They're not there because if you want television, it's telling your eyes, it's programming, right?
television.
Yeah, it's programming. So
It's telling you their vision.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't want to see that.
No.
So in order to see a real family, you gotta be
You got to be around one.
That's it.
You got to be around one.
That's it.
And it's rare.
And you've been, and then if you close to that family or close to that, cause like you and your wife, I'm close to Dominic, his wife, so when you close and you're reliable to that person, you get to see stuff that nobody else get to see and
Right.
chime in and build with your brothers and stuff like that. And females can build with their sisters and stuff like that. You have those people in your corner who you can talk to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you get to see how two people work together. Everybody not gonna be reliable all the time.
Right.
That's
We've
just-
all missed the mark. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We've
Exactly.
all missed the mark.
But you work and you build, and y'all build your reliability together. Y'all build that certain type of trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you be a Lego set? Like, can when it crumble down, can we piece each other back together to build this thing?
Right.
Like, can we do that?
Right.
Because if we can't,
Right.
then we gotta
Right.
something gotta. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna work.
But if we can piece each other back together, we can then the reliability, that's even a word,
Yeah. Of course.
is.
Yeah, it is.
it'll be there. You know what I'm saying? And then we can't be putting our one thing we can't do. We can't be putting our hope in stuff that's faulty.
Facts.
The money not gonna do it. I'm trying to tell you, everybody sitting at this table right now. The things that we doing, of course, we want better income, but we know who the foundation is and what the foundation is, because that money gonna leave. It come with certain stuff, and if your heart is not right, and if your mind is not right, then you just basically, like I said in the record, bro, you know what I'm saying, your mansion is sitting on sand.
Yeah.
My tent sitting on bricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like,
And
grasping onto a source that's reliable. When you see the Animal Planet, they walking around for months and days. They know when it's finna rain. Guess where they going? They now going to the hole that was lit or wet last spring, because they know it's not finna be wet how it was the spring before. So they're gonna travel a little more, and they're gonna find them a new water hole to go drink out of. They're going to a new spot that's reliable with the water. And that's what they're gonna build around. They're gonna make babies around it. They're gonna do everything around it. The lions gonna come around it to try to eat them up, everything. They going where it's reliable. Stop going where it's not reliable. Stop putting your stuff on stuff that's faulty.
shoot, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Stop getting your news from Instagram. No. Stop getting your truth from Facebook. No.
I'm gonna tell you like this before we head out. Be the reliable person that you wish somebody else would be to you.
Bam.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
And with that, folks. Man, listen, man, it's been another good. It's been another good one, man. Yeah, we need to go in and shut this down, man. And that was good. That's it, man. Hey, just be the reliable person that you
That's it.
want to be reliable in your life.
Not
So
perfect.
That's it.
Not perfect.
Not perfect.
Just
That's it.
Had that room for offense.
That's it.
Clean
Like I
going-
always say, progress,
going
not perfection.
yeah, that's it.
That's
Clean
it.
going to the right stuff and move
That's it.
forward. That's it.
That's it.
That's it, yeah.
That's it. So, Hey, man, once again, it's been another fire episode, man. We appreciate y'all love and support, man. We appreciate everything, man. Appreciate the comments still. Don't forget, man, go out and support Alxndr new single, Walk Like Me.
Like Me is out.
Actually,
Like Me is out. Produced by Dominant Certifico. It's everywhere. Yeah.
And Boy Wonda, LAD, Life After Death.
You already know.
Still streaming pretty strong.
It is 77,000. So
Yes, sir.
We
That's
getting
good.
out there,
Yeah.
man.
Yes, sir.
And some breaking news, you know, the OK video will be uploaded May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
That's on fire, too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's
that's
right,
hitting the charts. Yeah, that's good. That's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, this has been another great podcast, man. Hey, and we're going to go ahead and get out your hair, man. Just remember to shoot for the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Remember this, if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. Once again, we'll see y'all next week. God bless y'all. Peace.
Peace.